Hi everyone, I'm Anna McDougall and today I want to talk about the importance of readable code. Now, this is something that beginner learners, beginner coders overlook so often, and it is undoubtedly one of the most important skills you can build. So, let's talk honestly. When you are writing code for yourself at home and you're just starting to learn, you have got spaces everywhere, semicolons here and maybe not there. You're using random variable names because you kind of get what you're trying to do, right? Now, when you're learning independently, this isn't really a problem, right? You know more or less what your code is doing, especially for smaller projects. You might not even be coming back to this code later. You might just be like, I just want to experiment. I'm just going to try this stuff, whatever. Let's do it. Great, fine. But I'm going to say, not great, not fine, don't do it. And the reason is this because you build habits when you code. It's a good thing. Coding, practicing, making projects, it should be building habits, but it should be building the right habits. And coding is not just about getting the logic right, it's not just about knowing methods, it's not about like how you best write functions. Sometimes it is, but the fact of the matter is that if you ever work with someone, and most of you are probably hoping to eventually work with someone, a huge proportion of your work will be reading other people's code, which is not as easy as reading your own code because, spoiler alert, different people think differently and they might structure things differently to how you would. So it's not always clear at first glance what other people are trying to do. So it's hard. It's hard to read other people's code. But similarly, when other people are reading your code, it takes them time to process what's going on. So how can you make things easier for them? Well, I'm going to do another video at another time about naming conventions and how that helps. But the most important thing is to use consistency. Just be obvious. Be as obvious as you can be. Name things obviously. Don't name things like a function that prepares a greeting. You name prepare greeting. You don't name it fn1 or fn10, right? That means nothing. That means nothing. Make it clear, make it as close to natural language as you can. Make it as easy as possible for someone to come into your code and understand immediately what you're trying to do. The other big tip is to use comments. Comment liberally. It is always better to have too many comments than too few comments, right? Later on, you can work out what's necessary and what's unnecessary. For now, comment as much as you like, right? And this will also help you when you are coming back to projects after a long time of not looking at the code. So any code that you do now that you're thinking, maybe later I'll come back and refactor this when I've learned a few more things, comment, use clear naming conventions, make it as easy as possible to read. As I said, when it's just you working with you on small little projects, you might feel like it's not necessary, but these habits you build are so important. So do yourself a favor and build good habits early. Make your code readable, make it clear, even if this means you have to add a few extra lines. It's okay. It is much better to have code that is readable and comprehensible than to have code that is garbled but perfect, right? So that's my little rant of the day. I hope you found it useful, and I will speak to you again next time. Bye.